All right, guys, so we had some huge news from the Jujutsu Kaisen Twitter page earlier today, and we kind of knew it already, but both that news was that GETO will be coming out soon. We're going to talk about him and what you guys should do as in relation to him and his banner, because he is an interesting character. There's also a good memory on the banner, and he's also limited as well, so there are a few things to consider, and also considering the fact that other characters are on the horizon, like Hollow Purple's probably coming out in just a couple of weeks at this pace. Like, they will definitely be dropping some stuff. Will they? I don't know what they'll do with Hollow Purple. I assume he'll be in a couple of weeks. Maybe they try to save him for closer to the Christmas period. I'm not really sure. They're gonna want a nice character around Christmas/New Year's, and maybe that'll be him. I'm not really sure what they'll do. Maybe they'll move some stuff around like they did with Megami. I don't know. But that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to talk all about this. About 80% of viewers aren't subscribed. So what are you doing? Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more content. Also, on a side note, very, very quickly, if you guys play Solo Leveling or Rise, make sure you support me through the link down below in the description. If you do, I can give you some awesome rewards. I'm part of the creator program there, and I'm able to send you guys some of this awesome stuff. And that's, again, only if you play Solo Leveling or Rise. All right, let's get back to this here. So, greetings, brand new SSR exclusive character. This is Justice. GETO is set to make an appearance. Also, the Recollection Bit, the 2 strongest, is coming out as well. This is coming out on the 29th, so this is coming out tomorrow. So, yeah, this is coming out tomorrow. They also had a part 3 story event tied in with this, right? If I remember correctly. Maybe not, but there's something else kind of happening here. I'm not going to really spend a ton of time on this, but one thing that is pretty cool to help lessen the blow, if you've been going all in on your boy Yuta or something like that, is that they do give out the free multi. Similarly with Yuta, they will be giving that out here, where as soon as you log in, you're going to get 10 multi tickets. Well, I'm assuming it's as soon as you log in without having to do anything. Maybe they'll split it up or something like that, but regardless, they'll give you the 10 and you'll be good to go right up front to try at least one multi on this banner. And so that is my general tip. You should try at least one multi on the banner. Let's talk, and again, it's free, so why not? You got to be a real rebel to not do it. Let's talk about GETO here. We're going to go over his kit very briefly here, just in detail. At the start of the turn, recovers own cursed energy by 20 is the characteristic. He does not have a black flash. And we're going to go through at level 10. 180% melee taijutsu damage to the selected enemy. The higher own cursed energy is, the greater the critical hit rate boost, which is kind of funny because it doesn't say increase critical hit rate or anything. So I guess you just naturally get it there, which is funny. But I guess if you look down here to make more sense. So we'll look at his auto skill when we get there. But moving on, actually, no, the auto skill doesn't do anything with crit, so never mind. Just a language thing. So anyway. Skill 2, 120% range Jujutsu damage to all enemies. The higher own curse energy is, the greater the damage boost this time. So again, same concept, but it's predicated on you having a ton of cursed energy to get the better effects. Here is the other skill, which is the one I accidentally skipped here. Skill 2, that was skill 3, so my bad. The AoE was on skill 3. Skill 2 here, 270% range Jujutsu damage to the selected enemy with 3 hits. If own cursed energy is 30 or above, decreases the selected enemy's taijutsu by 33%. That is pretty cool, a debuff there. If cursed energy is 40 or above, increases the selected enemy's jujutsu receive damage by 33%. So decreases their taijutsu damage, but increases the amount of jujutsu damage that they take. So a little bit of both worlds in terms of supporting your team in different ways. The ultimate at level 10 does 329% range damage to all enemies. The higher the cursed energy, the greater the boost. Reduces own cursed energy to 0 when the ultimate skill is performed. The combo ultimate increases own and combo allies damage by 10% for 2 turns and 100% damage to all enemies. Here is the auto skill. When defeating an enemy, recovers 10 cursed energy. The more enemies defeated at once, the greater the cursed energy recovery. It excludes certain cursed spirits and enemies. So I'm going to tell you, I don't... it seems really uncomfortable to play. From reading all this, you need a lot of cursed energy recovery and you'll be fine. Yeah, so I'm going to tell you right now, the first thing I'm noticing with him is that his modifiers are low. You know, he's not really a support character. They've got him on the tier list as a support character. He's not really that. I think that just winds up being his more primary role with that skill too, in terms of like long-term usage. but he is meant to be a damage dealer. But the thing with him is that he requires a ton of cursed energy. So it's good that he does have that characteristic to restore cursed energy. That's good. You're going to be using a lot of our GETO as well. You're going to need that, and or memories to increase that too, because his entire kit is predicated on having higher cursed energy. And then also, as the ultimate kick in the teeth, he does reset his own cursed energy to 0, forcing you to build it back up. It's not going to be a slow build if you've got, you know, that passive, which he does, and then also with GETO, or characteristic, if you will. It's not going to be a slow build. You'll get it back, but still, it's just kind of a weird effect to have. But nonetheless, though, he's going to be doing a lot of damage with that, despite the fact that his modifiers are so unbelievably low. 120, 330, like these are really low numbers. But what I will say is that I don't like the variance there. I don't like the variance. The last thing I'll tell you, or two things I'll tell you. Again, he is a rate up character that is limited. So if you're going for collection purposes, or if GETO is your favorite character, then sure, you can go for him. And I'm sure he's going to be good in whatever event that releases alongside him, as you would expect with a new character in a gacha game. However, I don't know, especially if you've got Gojo, which everyone should have Gojo, I don't know that you need to get GETO at all. I think he's an easy skip, to be honest. I think he's just too, as the comment below said, uncomfortable. I think he's too like specific with the play style. And so that's why I think that ultimately they had him on this tier list as a supporter, if I remember correctly. Maybe he wasn't, but I think that is the best value that he has going forward, is the skill 2 here, where he's doing these two things. But even that requires a lot of cursed energy to truly get the benefit out of. And also keep in mind the thing that you're going to be using cursed energy to trigger these skills, which is going to bring you down. And so you're going to need to get back up in order to use the ultimate. Like it's kind of weird. It's just kind of weird. But the characteristic does help, and you'll have to really build the team around GETO. So if you wanted to do that, then more power to you. That's something you can potentially do. I want to confirm like where he was at on the tier list. I feel like he was listed there as a supporter, but maybe he was an attacker. I just wanted to confirm it. Not a huge. Yeah, he was here. I think like I said, I think that's just long-term viability. That's kind of how he grades out. Now let's look at the memory here. The 2 strongest is super good. So here's the base. When ultimate skill is activated, increases own jujutsu damage by 60% for 2 turns. So as I kind of have been playing, I've seen where the value is with some of these ones that are like increase the jujutsu damage or whatever for multiple turns. The damage buff you get is really, really good for the following, as opposed to something like non-standard where you're not getting that, but you're getting a higher peak, right? Because maybe the thing is that with that, like maybe this is why non-standard is so good, because you'd prefer to just one-shot the enemy. You don't want to have to take another turn if you could help it. But I do really appreciate these ones, but I don't like it as much when it triggers on the ultimate. Like if it can trigger on something else, then that's perfect, but I don't like it as much. But regardless, it's still really strong. It does go up to 65 with that Limit Break 3. Limit Break 1, you unlock the second skill. At the start of the battle, increases own ultimate skill gauge charge rate by 20% for 3 turns. So the way I also kind of treat this game is that if the memory has, and what's the stats on this? HP and Jujutsu, 40% Jujutsu, okay. The way I kind of treat memories is that if they've got ultimate gauge fill or charge rate, then I think they're automatically super good. I do. Because you want to get your ultimates ASAP, right? And you also want to get multiple ultimates a lot of the time to set up what you're trying to set up. So I think that is one of the main draws to this, and I think it's really good. I think this one's got a lot of long-term usability, but I'm not so sure that, do you want to go in on this banner trying to get this? That's totally up to you. I do think that this is one that's pretty good. I'm actually curious where they on the wiki have this one listed. I don't know. Yeah, see, they've got it as S, like next row down. It's super good, like I thought. So even as a new player, I'm like, I know this thing is good. It seems good, right? And so that is kind of what the case is there. So All in all, though, I just wanted to let you guys know that GETO is coming out soon, and we're going to do a video where we go over the best as he comes out, best teams and stuff. I'm pretty sure I already kind of know the best team, and also the fact that it seems mandatory to use Kaito, and you're going to need that curse energy skill leveled at least to like, what, level 7 or 8 to truly, I mean, you really want to push it as high as it goes, right? But but you're going to need that. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And like I said, we'll do a character guide sometime soon. But if you want to see the video that I did for Yuta, where I explain the best everything for Yuta, best setup, all that stuff, you can find it on the screen right now before you go. By the way, last thing, if you wanted to get GETO, if you want to get GETO or this memory, that is, you've got basically a month. You've got plenty of time. Don't sweat it.